Good morning, guys. Roger Wakefield here, lead AP. I am the expert plumber. And this morning I'm coming to you to talk to you about why water heaters fail. Water heaters fail for many different reasons. And we're going to talk about, is the failure that the water heater is broken, needs to be repaired, or is the failure that the water heater is leaking and needs to be replaced? Because there's different ways that it can go. And what you do with your water heater can help determine that. So first, let's say old age. Old age can cause your water heater to need to be repaired or need to be replaced. If your water heater is over 6 or 8 years old, we're going to recommend replacement. Why is that? Your warranty's already expired, and now you're looking at investing in your water heater. Your investment could be a couple of $100. It could be $400, $500, $600, depending on what the problem is, where it's located, and how it needs to be resolved. So what you're looking at is, do you want to make a $600 investment in a water heater that you could replace for, let's just say, $2,000 for an even round number? So why spend 30% of what it would cost you to replace it to repair it, knowing that that water heater could still fail in the next, I don't know, 6 months, week, tomorrow? There's no telling. That there's no death date stamped on a water heater. We can tell you when they're made, but we can't tell you when that water heater is actually going to rupture, going to bust, or do whatever it is that it does. So we've got a little formula that wants to know, are you planning on staying here? Are you planning on growing your family? We've got things that want to know different things. How old is the water heater? It all adds up and creates a little formula to where we can tell you, hey, look, we really recommend replacing it at this point. Or, hey, you know what? Your replacement score didn't come out that high, so maybe you don't need a replacement. Maybe we go ahead and make the repair. That's going to be up to you. We're never going to tell you, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. But we want to make you informed and make sure that you understand what it is you're looking at. So old age tends to be the biggest problem for water heaters. That's a good thing. That means they were installed properly. That means you got a good ROI out of it. That means you got your money's worth. It lasted a while and did what it was supposed to do, hopefully for a long, long time. Now, what kind of things can lead to a water heater needing to be repaired before it reaches that old age? One of the things that we talk about is bad air. Is it vented properly, and does it have the right amount of intake air? Whether it's an intake air tube dropped down in the corner of the closet, whether it's a grill cut in front of the door, whether it's a vent going up into the attic. There's a lot of different things that it could be that can create that bad air. These new FVIR water heaters are very important on their air intake. The ones we recommend are the Bradford Whites. They've actually got a full screen on the bottom. But you know what? If you've got bad air in there, dusty air, dirty air, things like that, it will literally clog up that screen on the bottom and make it where it's not getting good air. It makes your water heater flame burn bad. It can lead to a lot of things. And also, if any of those contaminants can get up in there and get burned, now they're going to start leading to corrosion in the bottom of your burner assembly. So bad air is a big problem, something you don't want to have to deal with. So, and that's the air going out and in. You want to make sure your flue is put together properly and attached to your water heater properly. We did a deal the other day about carbon monoxide. Guys, it's a dangerous gas that kills people. But bad air in, bad air out, if it's not venting out and it's venting into that closet, and that closet is really, really hot, any condensation around that water heater when cold air comes in, or the cold water line on the top of the tank, any condensation can help lead to rust. So guys, air in and out is a really good deal. Sediment, that's another big one. Are you flushing your water heater like you're supposed to? We teach people how to flush water heaters. We tell them where they are, or tell them where the valve is in order to flush it. If you've waited 4 or 5, 6 years and you've never flushed your water heater, don't start now. You're going to end up relieving some sediment or removing some sediment out of it, and it's liable to lead to a leak that's not going to be good, because the sediment may be filling up a crack, a hole, anything like that, that could be helping your water heater keep on living. Now, sediment you can remove from the very beginning. We tell people at least once a year. Now, if you can go out every couple of months and just drain 5 gallons out of it, your water heater is going to have a wonderful long life due to sediment because you're not going to have any. But at least once a year with a new water heater, go out, flush that sediment out, hook a hose up to it, run the drain. We tell you all about it, so you should know how to do it. That's another video. Go watch it. But sediment leads to hot spots. It leads to the water heater having to overwork, the burner assembly overworking, trying to heat up all that sediment on the bottom every time when it should just be heating the water that you're trying to use. Now, I talked earlier about all the particles, the contaminants coming in from the air. Guys, that can lead to rust in the bottom, condensation, cold water, hot tank. It can all lead to condensation, which is going to lead to rust. Every time that we go out and inspect the water heater, that's one thing we look for is rust. We want to make sure that there's no rust down in the bottom of the burner assembly that could be off the tank or anything like that. Once we start seeing a lot of rust, then we tell people, look, it's time for you to start thinking about replacing this water heater because it's showing the signs of old age or a poor installation where it's rusting prematurely. The last thing really is, was your tank sized properly? I talked about this in a video just the other day. If your water heater is too small, you're going to go through that water heater real fast, and it's going to be recovering at a much quicker rate. You're causing that burner assembly to kick on more often, especially if you're using it multiple times a day. You know, you've got 5 family members, they're all taking showers, you know, one after the other in the morning, chances are you're going to run out of water. Let's say you do 2 or 3 in the morning, 2 or 3 in the evening, you wash dishes later, you wash laundry earlier, you keep cycling that water heater on and off, it heats up, it expands, it contracts. You're putting more of a strain on it than that water heater was really designed for. You're overusing it. So too small is another thing that can cause your water heater to fail sooner than later. Guys, we're trying to give you all this information, not to scare anybody. Somebody talked to me about that the other day and said, oh, this is just a scare tactic. Guys, if I let you know what's in your water, it's because that's what's in your water. If I tell you things that lead to your water heater failing, it's because I want you to be aware of it. If your water heater was put in properly, inspected by an inspector, chances are you're not going to run into a lot of these problems. And if you follow the advice and flush it like you're supposed to, do the things that you're supposed to do, you can make that water heater last a lot longer. Are there other things you can do? Absolutely. The quality of water coming in, especially if you have a tankless. Tankless manufacturers recommend a filtration system. That way you improve the quality of water coming into it. We sell anti-scale devices and install them for people. We also do whole house water filtration systems. Do I love them? I've got one in my house, and I didn't just put it in so my guys would have something to do. Guys, I put it in because my water quality needed to be improved. We tested the water, it was hard. We tested the chlorine, it was high. So I wanted to fix those problems. These same things can also affect your water heater, okay? When you put bad water in your water heater, whether it's really hard water or super chlorinated, and the chlorine, don't get me wrong, really doesn't hurt. The water heater is bad. That mainly hurts all the rubber throughout your house and our bodies. So that's what the filtration systems are about. Guys, if you like these videos, please subscribe. Click the button over there. I know I've hit this twice today. Hit the button over here, please. Subscribe. Share this video with your friends. If you think this was valuable advice for you, share it. Chances are your people will think it's valuable for them too. My name is Roger Wakefield with Texas Green Plumbing, saving you money one drop at a time.